Whoa, 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 whoa. Did I just hear you correctly? Did you just say that you haven't really had a chance to try a few of these fragrances, one of them, if not even all of them? It's time for you to make a New Year's resolution for next year to give these 10 fragrances a try, because in my opinion, these don't get the love they deserve. And actually, scratch that. I think you should try these fragrances now. Don't wait till next year, because we all like to procrastinate. Trust me, I get it. I've done that a lot with a lot of fragrances. But what I've found is the longer I put a fragrance off, the more that I end up really loving it when I actually do try it. There's been scents that I've waited 2-3 years to try. I've seen them, I've had them in my cart, I've almost purchased them, I've looked at reviews, I've looked at notes, I've just been really close to it, but I never ended up getting it. Waited a long time, but then once I waited 2 to 3 years, I'm like, okay, I'm pulling the trigger and I'm getting it. I ended up falling in love with it. And these 10 fragrances are scents that don't get the love they deserve, but in my opinion are all super solid. Some of these you'll hear talked about a little bit here and there, but compared to a lot of the more popular scents out there, not so much. So if you guys like videos like this, make sure you get subscribed to the channel down below. Also make sure that bell icon is engaged. That way you are notified of when I publish these new videos. And of course, all the fragrances that we talk about today will be linked down below to Fragrance X. They're a fantastic fragrance discounter. They offer fast, free shipping and some of the lowest prices around. I personally use them for the majority of my fragrance shopping. So again, if you want to pick any of these up, hit those links down there. Let's not waste any more time, because you guys have been putting these off long enough. If you are some of the people who have been putting these off, I'm sure some of you guys have tried these out and really love them, but I want to inform some of you that haven't tried these yet that these are super solid scents. I'm excited to get into this one. Let's hit it. First one up, we have Issey Miyake Noir Argent. Now I've talked about this one multiple times starting last year when I got it. This is a $40 to $50 scent that smells like it could be, you know, a $70, $80, $90 fragrance in my opinion. When it comes to Issey Miyake, they have a lot of fragrances and a ton of flankers, this being a flanker, right? This is one of the flankers. They have multiple more, and so, I mean, there's a lot of them, right? So it's hard, it can be easy to overlook these, but this fragrance right here is a diamond in the rough. It's a really good one, and they've had a few more releases that have come out. For example, Polaris, a newer release as well, that is super good. So they're stepping up their game. But this one is one that just is overshadowed. It doesn't get a lot of love, which I understand why. It's easy to overlook, but give this one a shot. 100% blind buy worthy if you're into sweeter stuff for fall and winter time. This is a must-have. Give it a shot. Following that one, we have Givenchy Gentleman Boisee. So this is also a new fragrance, and it wasn't the best well received when it came out, and I understand why. I mean, it's not a groundbreaker, but it is a super pleasant scent. I love a lot of the Givenchy Gentleman fragrances. Gentleman EDP, Gentleman Cologne is really good, even Gentleman Absolute. This one is a bit different. It has a little bit of a Gentleman Absolute opening, actually, now that I've smelled it. Here up in the air, just a bit of a spicy nature from that one. It's got a little bit of a creaminess like from the EDP version, that Orris in there. This one's got this nice sandalwood, I believe. So it's kind of almost as a hybrid of a few different other of their flankers, and also just kind of a few other designer fragrances on the market. So that's where I'm saying it isn't a groundbreaker, but it is a really pleasing scent. And if you wear this one, you'll be smelling different than everyone else. It's a super solid scent. Just because you've seen some negative reviews doesn't mean that you shouldn't give this one a shot. I personally like it. I think this one is pretty good. Following that, we have Mancera Jardin Exclusif. So this one I picked up from Fragrance X months ago at this point. I haven't really talked about it too much on the channel. I do believe I did probably pick this one up in the summertime because this is a summer-leaning fragrance. It's a bit of a citrus fruity scent with a tiny powderiness about it. It's a little bit powdery, a little bit floral, a little bit creamy. It's got a lot going on here. It's not just, you know, a typical summer freshie that's fresh and that's it, right? There's a lot of depth, being that it is a Mancera. And it also has that Mancera performance, that beast mode, projection, really good longevity. This is from their line where it's a magnetic cap. So a lot of them, the majority of Manceras twist off, they screw off. This one, as you can see though, is a magnetic cap. So that's an interesting touch. I like it. I prefer this probably to the screw offs just because I like magnetic caps. And I think they fit this bottle really well. But this is a great fragrance. I don't hear a lot of talk about it, but I think especially for spring and summertime, even working into early mid-fall, this is a really good one. And again, you can get it discounted on Fragrance X, and you can get it there for a really good deal. Moving right along, we have Dunhill Century Blue. So this one I have given quite a bit of love. I mean, not as much as some other stuff, but it is, in my opinion, a really good blue fragrance variety. It really takes that type of DNA and trend and just twists it up a little bit. You get that ambroxan, but you also get a little bit of iris in here, and that's making it a bit different. It's kind of almost knocking out two trends with one stone, two birds with one stone. That iris hype and the ambroxan blue fragrance hype kind of combines it here, but in a good way. It's clean, it's fresh, it's uplifting, it's bright, it's great for summertime, and it's honestly not half bad for what it is. This is a really solid scent if you want something simple and easy to wear for anything. It's got really good performance too and great quality. Nice atomizer on this. All around really solid. Moving along, we have Dolce & Gabbana The One Grey. So this one is a fragrance that kind of got crapped on when it first came out. And again, this goes back to where I see why, because it doesn't really compare to the one EDT or EDP in terms of its wow factor and just how good it is. It's basically a fresher, dumbed down version of the two I just mentioned. Still get that grapefruit, still get a lot of the DNA, but just lighter and a bit more fresh. So this one could be more for maybe warmer weather, more perhaps office friendly. Even though the one EDT EDP is very much office friendly, this one is kind of even more so geared in that direction. That's what I think of when I smell it. That's what I think of even when I look at the bottle and the name of it. You know, just this clear bottle, no gradient on it, silver-ish cap there, and then, or I guess gray cap to match the name of the fragrance, which is gray. It's just kind of a neutral, smelling good type of thing. I think it's not half bad for what it is, honestly. It's a pretty solid scent to have around, and it's very wearable, so you will get your money's worth out of this one. And before we move on to the next one, I do want to let you guys know that my fragrance launch in collaboration with Navitus Parfums is live. It is available for pre-order right now. If you purchase one of them, you'll get 30% off. If you purchase both of them, you'll get 50% off. That means if you purchase both the fragrances, you'll get 2 fragrances with a total of 4 master perfumers behind them for $195. It's got free shipping, so you don't have to worry about that. That's an insane deal for these right now. That's only going to last for a limited time. We have Soleil Matin, which is a compliment-based, citrus-forward scent that's very versatile, and it's kind of designed to be a mass-pleasing scent while still having a niche quality and a bit of an artistic touch to it. Then we have Rêve Nuit, which is more of a date night, slightly cooler weather-leaning scent. Both are fantastic. Both pair well together, which is why it makes sense to grab them both, because you're getting 2 for the price of 1 when it goes back to the normal price, which is a great deal. I've worked hard on these for the past 8-9 months, and I know you guys will love them, so make sure you give them a shot. Those links will be down below in the description. Make sure you pick them up before the sale ends. Following that, we have Paco Rabanne Pure XS Night. So this one is a newer flanker again, but it doesn't really get quite the hype that I was maybe expecting it to, because it smells really, really nice to me. The original Pure XS got quite a bit of hype. It picked up, a lot of traction. A lot of people really like it, reviewers and, non-reviewers, just people in the community. This one just isn't really, it didn't have that initial spark, and I don't think it ever caught enough traction, which is fine because, that's what it is. I love it. I wear it. I tell you guys about it. I just think there's quite a bit of artisticness in this fragrance while still being a designer. I think there's a lot on the table here. This one brings a lot to the table, and it adds a lot of value. This would be a great one in any person's collection if you're into sweeter, kind of spicy scents. For fall and winter time, this stuff is really good. Give this one a shot, guys. I think you would really be surprised on how much you like this one. The original Pure XS is great, but this one takes the cake for me. It's warm, it's sexy, it's a great compliment getter, really good performance, and it's pretty affordable on Fragrance X as well, along with other discounters. A really, really nice one. Moving along, we have Male Le Parfum. So another, again, newer release here of this year. And this one is a nice oriental spicy version of the original. And for me, if I was to describe it to you in the simplest way possible, it's got a little bit of Ultra Male, it's got a little bit of the original Le Male, and it's got just a bit of a spicy oriental kick thrown in on top of all that. So, that may make it sound like it's super jumbled up, but it's not. It's still pretty stripped back and simplistic. You get a little bit of a sweetness, kind of like from the Ultra Male, a little bit of a freshness kind of from the original, that lavender, and then just spices. That's really what I get out of it, but it's done in a really nice way. I mean, this stuff is on the addicting side for me. When I smell it, I'm like, man, that's well done. Why don't I wear it more? And I need to wear it more. It smells great, especially here for the upcoming winter months. Now that we are in December, the first day of winter is coming up. Really, really nice scent here. Definitely don't sleep on this one. Moving down to the end of the list here, we have Hugo Boss Bottled Oud. So this is not a new scent. This one's been out for a while. And again, this one never just really caught on. This was released, I believe, back when the whole oud craze was going on, just like there's trends with all the other notes, ambrox and iris. And there's also kind of a cashmere trend that has picked up a little bit with a few new releases as of this year. That's probably going to be continuing, who knows. So this one, yeah, it's a really nice apple oud fragrance. The oud is not strong. You still get that Hugo Boss bottled DNA in here. It smells really nice though, and is a pretty solid pick for the cooler months if you want something just a little bit different, right? It's still this DNA, which is very popular, but just a touch of oud in there makes this one pretty interesting. Following along, we have Pasha de Cartier Parfum. So this, in my opinion, is one of the best releases within the past couple years for me anyway. This stuff, oh man, it smells so good. It's warm, it's a bit spicy, it's smooth, it's inviting, it's boozy as well. This is a gentleman's fragrance. You know, you have to have a bit more of a refined taste, I would say. You know, you have to be into something that's going to be a bit more mature, a bit more gentleman smelling. You know, this is not a playful type of scent. This is a masculine, like strong, assertive, but also kind of laid back scent as well, if that makes sense to you. It's just got a few different personalities and sides to it, but it's very versatile. You can dress it up. You could even dress it down if you wanted to, but although it's better dressed up, wear it out on a date and evenings, all that stuff. This is a really good fragrance. I believe you can get on discounters for $60-ish, and at retail, it retails for $123. So you're getting a really good fragrance, really high quality, really great performer. For about $60, this one is really good value. And last fragrance for today, we have Stronger With You Intensely. This is a really nice flanker to the original, which I do like a lot, actually. And I still do like the original, even though this one is stronger and performs better and has a bit more richness to it. The original is still hard for me to beat. Just smells great. It's got this roasted chestnuts by the fire type of smell. Like if I was to think of a picture of, you know, just sitting inside in wintertime, it's snowing outside, you're sitting by the fireplace. This is one of the fragrances that would be coming to my mind at the top of the list there in terms of, you know, what I would pair that with, because it just kind of smells like you're roasting marshmallows almost by the fire, just snuggled up when it's snowing outside. Really good fragrance, really good for the holidays, and I just don't see this one around. I don't see the original one around too much anymore, and I definitely don't see the intense version around. If you had performance issues with the original, this one will fix that issue for you, and you'll be in love with it all over again. Definitely give this one a shot. So guys, that was going to do it for me. That was 10 fragrances, which in my opinion, just don't get the love they deserve. Hopefully you guys will go out and give these a shot. Again, you can get these, basically all of them discounted. All those links will be down below. Take it to Fragrance X. Again, they got really fast shipping, some of the fastest I've seen, great prices, and all around just a great company to work with. And also for it to try out my 2 new fragrances with Navitus Parfums. Again, I was the creative director of those. I had full control over the scent, the names, you know, the color of the bottles, all that stuff. They were great to work with, and I was really able to make my vision come alive there with those. 30% off if you buy one, 50% off if you buy both. That's a killer deal. That's going to be going away soon, so make sure you take advantage of it. Those links are down below as well. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.